Mune, and today I want to talk about maxing stats. So you can max out your stats fairly by using equipment, and then go furthermore and leveling the item up to level 300, and then killing the item god uh, at the floor 100 250 times as other people have the best way to actually get up there. And it does take considerable amount of time and Gen Z exits. So that is one way. The other way, by using items called salves and their variants. Salves come in different forms. So there's the salves, and then there are the remedies. And there are also serums. So, for this purpose of this video, I'm going to explain exactly how this works. So, whenever you have a item, such as a salve, you'll notice that it has a certain amount of things that it can give you. Okay, when you look at the item, you look at the stats. It says it gives you 20 HP, 7 hit, 6 speed. This isn't that great. Okay, that means when you use this item in a battle, it'll raise your HP, not your current HP, but your maximum HP, 20, your hit by 7, and your speed by 6. However, because of the weirdness of items in this game, you can actually use item permanently raise your stats. However, I'm not 100% sure if it goes away if you reincarnate, so I would not try that, and it kind of defeats the purpose if you're trying to reincarnate at all at that point. So the only reason why you should ever consider using this method is if you don't card dating, and you've already passed all of the movement plus bills on your character in Kara World, and any other things that you want to add to it. So something like jumping. So anyway, so we're going to use an example. We're just going to use this salve. You'll notice that we have residents already on it, so we need to get up the moth. So we have plenty of enforcers to take care of. So you go to the item in question. And then you can just move it to wherever you want it to go. I don't want it here. Alright, next thing you need to do is you have your enforcer off. You have to put on whatever things that you want to increase on. So for the purpose of this, I'm just going to use a dietitian. No, HP doesn't really matter in this game, but that's not. Master for SP. A gladiator. We're going to skip on the sentry for now. We're going to do... Okay. So we're just going to do the top left stats. Okay. Mind you, when you go and are going to use a different one, let's say the next salve down, you can fill it up with the other 4 stat increasing innocents. So your sentries, your marksmen, your coaches. So we have this. It's not exactly ideal. So then I'm going to go ahead and... So. By 1 salve. And I'm going to choose a character. Let's see. We just use... Okay, so I have this one character by the name of Dash. So we are going to Dash of all equipment. So as you can see, Dash has whole whopping 16 HP, SP, 12 attack, 11 intelligence. Okay? No equipment. Go to any random multi-stage. Matter which one. Character. Item. On other characters if you want, so you have quite a few characters actually help out said character. Items. So each character has a range of around 2. So that means anybody within a 2 range will be able to give item to a character. That means you can give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Plus themselves. Always with those interruptions. So that is the range on that. I'm going to move this character actually back a little bit because I don't enemies. So we're just going to go ahead and use the item. So it says status has increased, and then you see the stats have increased by 20,000 roughly. Well, not quite 20,000, but 19,998, which is the maximum allowed for a stack of any resident or innocent. Alright, so now all I have to do now is clear my stage. I don't want to use that character. Gun.
I can help.
Here I come.
Characters attack the same.
Forgive me.
Now that we're out of battle, take a look at the status of the Prinny that we just had, which is, or not the Prinny, the character Dash. So Dash now has a permanent stat increase of 19,998 to the stats we associated. Now, the reason why I call this the reload method is to get up to 99 million in your stats, you're going to have to use roughly about 5,000 stacks of 1,900, or sorry, 19,998. So if you do, you know, by 8 times, you'll have to do roughly about 626 if you're just focusing on one stat and have up to 8 residents on each of your salves or serums. So that's why it's the long path. If you're doing it this way, the way I'm doing it at 4 times, it's going to take it a long time. You're going to have to do this roughly about 10,000 times to max out all of your stats. Again, if you're trying to just do a stack of 1 and you're doing it on an average of 4, it's still going to take you 1,250 of these serums or salves. Mind you, if you're aware of this, that's more than what your warehouse and your item bag combined will be able to hold. So just be aware that it is an incredibly slow method. I don't really recommend it unless you're trying to bypass doing the other thing. But yeah, it is another way. And unfortunately, it is not a very fast way. Some may consider it's a little less risky doing it this way, but it's also very time consuming because you'll have to dupe your items so that you can actually get more and more of the innocents. However, you're going to have to go find the salves, serums from the cat on the tower in a random mystery gate in Item World. Doesn't matter if you're in the Land of Carnage or if you're in the regular one. He appears in both. However, you need to have a high enough jump skill so you can actually reach him. So take it as you will. it is kind of random and on running into him. I think on average I run into him once or twice per run through 100 floors. So maybe I'm lucky or unlucky, I don't know. But that is what it is. So it is a really slow method of maxing out your stats. Would I recommend it? Maybe, maybe not. Okay? It's really up in the air. I definitely would say if you have a lot of these items, they do serve a purpose, and that's what their purpose is. And anybody who is just like, well, that's dumb, I never really needed that, then you can just go ahead and sell your salves or discard them or what you have. I know every time I met the shop that sold him, I would always buy all that they had because I knew that this was a method that could be used. But after doing a lot of math, I was like, well, maybe this isn't the right thing to do. So the long, strenuous process of getting this many, I think I have like 100, so which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, that's what it is. Otherwise, doing the invincible armor method and killing the item god on floor 100 after you've gotten it to level 300 and using proper on here to up your stats, you'll have a better chance of doing so. Aside from that, for maxing out stats, you could always try the 300% aptitude, but as far as I know, nobody's actually gotten those up yet, so good luck, and hopefully it helps out some of you, makes, you know, a decision that you might have been having, and hopefully you found this useful. Alright, thank you.